What's up? Long time no see. We haven't given up the thrifting game. We've just been super busy with everything and chiseling out some time to do videos. Honestly, it's next to impossible with everything that's been going on. I started a new day job, which we've been doing 10, so we're doing that 50 hours a week. Candy schedule's bonkers with work. I was at home. You can kind of see my raccoon eyes. I've been out in the sun. Even though I'm an operator and I'm in a cab, a little different than a lot of operators where they like to just close everything up in the cab. And I get it, and put the AC on and operate that way. I kind of like the fresh air and subsequently choking on dirt, which is totally ridiculous. I get it, but anyway, that's just me. So I said we still have been thrifting. We've still been going out and getting stuff. The eBay store is doing really good, really good. We've made some really good sales this last week. We had a lull there, maybe a couple of weeks where sales were lackluster at best, but this last week a couple of old items that we've had for quite some time sold yesterday. The day before yesterday. This is Sunday morning. Day before yesterday, on Friday, I delivered Candy and I delivered to somebody who purchased a cash register that we got on an auction. Candy didn't want me to get it, but I was like, no, it's really cool. And nobody's bidding on it. So I picked it up for like $8. And it sold. I had it listed for $800. It was an old NCR, and it's a really beautiful vintage cash register. Anyway, I had it listed for $800 and thought that thing would never sell, and it sold Wednesday or Thursday. I think it was Wednesday. It sold. I took an offer on it for $680. So from $8 to $680, I'll take that all day long, even though it's been in the garage for maybe close to a year. That's still a pretty damn good profit margin. So anyway, moving along. I'm just here Sunday morning I did some relistings and so forth, and I just came in our listing or our picture room and realized, damn man, we still have a lot of good stuff that we haven't listed. So I'm sure you guys are familiar with that exercise. For example, this thing here we got, this was a few weeks ago, and I did take video of it, but quite honestly, man, I take the video and it's so damn outdated by the time I get around to making a new video. So I've got a little bit of time. This is Memorial Day weekend, so I'm not working Monday. I'm going to punch out this video this week. But this is something we picked up a few weeks ago. We paid like $11 for this. This is a Vans. It's a sweatshirt, but it's not. It's a different fabric on it. It's got some really cool little deals on it. It's got the little badge up here on the hood. It's a large, but it looks more like an extra large. It's really cool though. It's a cool pattern. Everything's perfect on it. It almost looks like it's damn near brand new, but it is not. Like I said, we paid $11 for that. I think I comped it when we were shopping. I don't know. We do pretty good with hoodies and sweatshirts and such. So we might be able to get $40-50 for that thing right there. There's a vintage. This is a vintage. I think it's a Samsonite. God, I haven't even been in this room. By the time you work 10 hours a day, yeah, this is a vintage leather Samsonite, like an attaché. This is before they had laptops, so we can't call it a laptop bag. But it's got all the hardware on it and all that stuff. It's a really cool bag. That thing went for We paid $7.45 for it. I came in here. I totally forgot about this trip that we made to Goodwill a few weeks back. So that Van sweatshirt, these KDs. This was going to be my my Grail. Bring them over here to the light. These are KDs, Nike. Kevin Durant, or excuse me, I'm sorry, they're not KDs. They're LeBron James. I found these kind of just lying on the bottom of the shelf. I think I paid up for these a little bit, like 20 something bucks. Let's see if the tag's still in there. Yeah, it is in there. But 25 bucks for these, which is fine. But I did see some listings when I was trying to comp them on eBay that were like $300 and so on and so forth. But you guys all know that's probably brand new with the box and a size 13. Those aren't that big, obviously. We picked up a few more things. Let's see what this is. Oh, this is even further back. I think this is this is like 4 weeks ago. And we have listed some stuff out of this trip, but here's a pair of Quicksilver. We've been doing really well with shorts. We paid $7.30 for these or something like that. Quicksilver shorts. They're more of like the canvas kind of. They're not swim shorts. They're just regular casual shorts. We've been doing really good with shorts. In a video that I was going to post, I just went through and just deleted a bunch of stuff that was on the hard drive, just because it's just so outdated by now. Anyway, it was a bunch of swim shorts and everything else. I got them all posted and everything, and half of them sold already. So you know, it's warming up and people are wanting to go swimming, so get those swim shorts up. These we're kind of following our dude Big Yumbo. He says that he does really well with military gear. Now, you have to be kind of careful with military gear and make sure that it's military gear, that it has something like this. If you watch Big Yumbo, that dude has all the knowledge on the military gear, and especially kind of how to read these military tags. You would think I would know, since half of my family was in the military, but you know, there are codes and stuff in here, and for, you know, what era it is and everything else. Anyway, that there's EP test. Okay, anyway, oh, here's the other tag. NATO size, NSN number. So, you know, just like a lot of other clothing, those numbers have kind of corresponding codes to them, and tell you where it's from, what era, so on and so forth. So anyway, we got those. What do we pay for those? $5.50 at the Goodwill. This was a really interesting shirt. Not sure, it's a 2X. Paid $4.30. So again, I'm not worried about taking a gamble stuff from Goodwill if it's priced right. So it's just a button-down shirt. It's nothing really special. But I'm not familiar with this brand at all. It's got a little spot for your. It's got a little pocket inside of the pocket. But it's what is this? A Dan Drehobel Elwood. So I did comp it, and you know, it's like $25-$30, and we paid $4.50 for it. So not that's not too bad. And then I got this, picked up this shirt here. Sorry, the camera's going crazy. $2. This, I think, is a vintage. It's on a Gildan, but that tag looks to be a little newer. But this is Bigfoot, if you guys are familiar with monster trucks. And if you're as old as I am, when monster trucks kind of came out and went crazy, Bigfoot was the OG. And it's got the colors and all that stuff. So that's a really cool shirt right there. Now, we got some other stuff and we have posted it already, but I'll show you what we did pick up. Yesterday we hit up we went to, there's a small town here just over the bridge. Not the Bay Bridge, let me turn this down here. There's a small town here, not too far away, maybe 20-25 minutes away, over the Carquinez Bridge, called Port Costa. Well, yesterday they had a town. It's just a sleepy little town. Port Costa, the city, had a town-wide or city-wide. I don't know what the hell it was called. It was. Well, I got the listing. Let's see what the listing says it's called. Candy and I, after we dropped the cash register off, we were just thinking, hey, tomorrow we ought to hit some garage sales and so forth. But this was the only one we made it to. It was the Port Costa town-wide yard sale. So the whole town. Not every house, but damn near every house had a garage sale. It was really cool. We found some really cool stuff. There was almost too much good stuff there, kind of an AM/PM vibe. Too much good stuff. So we purchased some stuff there. And just kind of made a day out of it. We went, I don't know that Candy's been to Port Costa maybe one other time. I think I took her there to the restaurant a long time ago. But if you've never been to Port Costa and you're in the California area, check it out. It's pretty cool. Like I said, it's a sleepy little town. 2-lane road getting in, 2-lane road getting out. And the end of Port Costa is the bay. That was a non-paid commercial for the city of Port Costa. You're welcome. Anyway, let me show you some stuff that we did pick up. So last weekend we did end up going to the Napa Flea Market, and we picked up some really good stuff there. So I'm going to show you that, and I think I still have the footage from doing that. But anyway. If I do, I'll kind of intermingle it with this video. So Candy kind of found this dude, had a bunch of stuff. I don't remember what she paid for these, but it wasn't very much. There's a couple of Disney Loungefly backpacks. Now, my bitch with Loungefly is that I think they kind of oversaturated the market for these backpacks. There's one for everything now, Disney. So they're not as unique, and I mean they're still unique, but they're not as I don't know. They're not as rare as they used to be. So everybody has these now, and they made them really affordable so people can get them. But I did buy a bunch of I bought like 3 of these from a local seller here in our town for like $50 each, and I have them listed for $150. So I don't know what these go for. Candy may have listed them already, but they're really cool. These are really cool ones. There's obviously Mickey with and then this is The Sorcerer's Apprentice, one of my favorite Disney movies of all time. So it's really cool. So she picked those up, got those for cheap. Don't remember how much. Let's see. She also got, she got these sunglasses, I think for like $5 each. It's crazy. And they're with the case. They're Ray-Bans, and they're all in good condition. So those are, I'll put the listing up because I don't remember what they, and I just put those cross-listed those on Poshmark. And you would think I would know. So she bought them for like $5 each, and I think they go for about $50 each at least. This is a Patagonia packable, like a rain jacket. I think we paid a couple of bucks for that. Not much at all. These, one of our favorite vendors that is there. I hadn't seen her in a few weeks, and then all of a sudden she popped back up. But she always has Lululemon. She thinks that I want to buy everything Lululemon. I think we paid $10 each for these. These are Lululemon sweatpants, like men's sweats, the size 34 waist. So those are cool. We paid $10 for those. Here's a Lululemon long sleeve shirt. I think we paid $10 for this. That might be a men's also, but I'm not positive. Let's see here. Another Lululemon. I think the trick with the Lululemon, I think we've had this one before and we sold it, or we have them listed. The trick with the Lululemon is, get the unique Lululemon. Like the men's pants sell really well, but if you're just getting like a sports bra or whatever, they'll probably sell, but it might take a little while. This was Candy's banger here. She got this for like $5. It's a CC Filson, like a toiletry bag or something like that. I think this thing is like $100. She has it listed. I'll put the listing here, but she paid $5 for this. They had no idea. She's very up on the labels and so on and so forth. So that was a good get. I got this from a dude that had a bunch of stuff there. He had a bunch of surplus Thrasher gear, so we bought some Thrasher a sweatshirt for Candy that she's going to keep. But I thought this was really cool. It does. I mean, I think I paid $20 for it, but this is a 2X Harlem Globetrotters. If you're familiar with basketball and you're familiar with the Harlem Globetrotters, Meadowlark Lemon, one of the OGs of Harlem Globetrotters. But this is really well made. It's all tackle twill. It's embroidered. It's not the cheap, screen print stuff. So I think I paid $20 for that, and I think they sell for $40, maybe $50. Now, where did we get this? Oh, is this? Yeah. Okay. So we got this from the same guy. I think we got that whole bag. Sorry, the whole bag is from this dude. A Thrasher T-shirt. We made a deal with this guy, and he kind of was just, loading us up. So that Thrasher T-shirt's pretty cool. Here's an empty water bottle that was in that bag. What? Bag. That's pretty cool. I got a couple of hats from this dude. This Giants, 59 years on the field. It's a fitted, which is cool. These are the kind of hats I look for, something that's unique. I'll get the regular ones as well, but I'll pay $5 for them. I think he wanted, I don't remember, I think they were like $10 a hat or something, that one. And there was a couple more. I almost grabbed, he had a vintage like Redman chewing pouch, chew, like, anyway, it was an old trucker hat. This is a new, I almost got it from, but he wanted $50 for it. Montreal Expos, which do not exist anymore. This is the All-Star Game patch in 1982. This is corduroy and it's fitted. This is a Cooperstown collection. It's a 7.5. That's a decent size, but it's in really good condition, and it's corduroy, so it's pretty unique. It's a sick hat. And the Expos don't exist anymore, so that'll go pretty good. I think that was $10 as well. What else did we get? Okay, I think that's all. Oh no, I got this from that guy. This is new with tags. Retailed back in the day for $70. This is a XL, but this is a collab. This is a Pharrell Williams collab with Adidas, and we've had some of this stuff before. But these tracksuit zip up tracksuit sweatshirts, these kind do really well for us. We've sold some Pumas back in the day, stuff that we've picked up, but this kind of stuff really does well. It's got it's got the Adidas on the back, and that's the collab. So if you know, you know. And then I picked up this starter. This is an old school starter, 1971. Probably not manufactured in 71, but it's vintage looking. It's got the browns, it's got the cream, the white trim. Everything is golden on it. It's a big size. I think this is what is this? This is a large, but it's big, man. Again, these, that might fit like an XL, but it's just really cool. It's kind of vintage looking. So again, the track suit gear kind of works for us. Let's see. So where are we at here? Here's some more stuff that we got from that vendor that has the Lululemon. These are Patagonia. They almost kind of look like capris. I think they are Patagonia capris. Those will do pretty well. This water bottle is just kind of mocking me now. I had to grab these. I think these are new with tags, maybe. I think they're Nikes. God, I don't remember. This was last weekend. That was a long time ago. Okay, they're not new with tags, but they are Nike. Just, again, casual shorts. It's getting ready. Oh, they are new with tags. That's right. So there's the tag there. What size are they? I might keep these things. 2X. I don't know, man. I've lost a few LBs here since I started working again. Let's see. If those fit, I'm keeping them. But those kind of shorts do really well for us as well. Okay. With that, and we got this from that dude. Not sure that this is an authentic, but it's got the Billionaire Boys Club. We thought. What does it say? Switch Remarkable. It's an XL. It's got the money. Billionaires Club. So it's not Billionaires Boys Club, which is what I thought it was. But it's a cool shirt nonetheless. We didn't pay very much for that. I think it's like $5 or I don't know, something like that. Anyway, okay, so moving on to yesterday, we grabbed this stuff here. We didn't grab a lot of stuff. Now we could have broke the bank there. There was a couple of vendors that had a lot of stuff. There was one vendor there that had quite a bit of urban wear I was very interested in. I just don't know how well that stuff sells. Back in the day, in the 90s, in the early 2000s, man, that stuff was so hot. Sean John, NYC, Rockaware, and she had a ton of it. She said it was her son's. LRG, she had some really cool LRG jackets, and I was like, damn, man, we're kind of picking up a lot of jackets. But, this is kind of where... this industry kind of gets reversed in that we're not like Walmart and Target where they start rolling out spring stuff in winter. This time of year, when the sun comes out, starts getting warm, now everybody's getting rid of their jackets and their winter gear. So we're picking that up during the summer. So you can post it and everything else, but it might not move for a few months. Anyway, there was some really cool stuff there. We could have easily spent over $1,000 there, and a lot of those people that had stuff for sale were pretty high on their prices. They were doing a lot of eBay comps. So This is a Disney Parks. It is a medium, it looks like. Original Disneyland. It's just a pullover sweatshirt. Really cool. Have no idea what Candy paid for this. And I don't know what it comps for. So, just a wealth of information right now. This bag right here, I almost threw away. It was covering this jacket that I bought for 20 bucks. This thing is like all weather, super warm, but it's new with tags, and it is a Refrigiwear. And when I did the comps, you know, I just thought it was cool. It's made in the USA. It's brand new. It's warm weather gear or winter gear. Sorry. And it was, like I said, it was new with tags. It's got this vintage tag here. It's got the USA on it, and it's got this. Anyway, it's just vintage. I paid 20 bucks for it, and it sells for right around 50 or 60 bucks. But I was just cleaning the stuff off, and I was like, I gotta get rid of this plastic. This is the original plastic that came with it. So I'm gonna keep this with the jacket. It's a little tattered, but it'll be fine. And then Candy, I didn't realize that Candy had found this and they had more. These people had a lot of, this is a sick jacket. God, if I still drank, I would wear this jacket. But I don't. It's still in the plastic. It's brand new. Apparently, this guy worked for Budweiser. The camera's going to go goofy here for a minute. It's like a Letterman's jacket. It's got the Budweiser patch right here on the right, on the breast of the jacket. It's a Cooper Collections. This is an XL. They had a couple other ones that were different size. I think Candy originally had a large, and then we just exchanged it for this. But leather. It's a leather Letterman's jacket. Leather sleeves. Got the elastic around the waist. Let's see what this. Made in the USA. 80% recycled wool. This one's an XL, and just the patch that's on it is sick. So I didn't realize that they had more than one of these. I think she paid 65 bucks for this. This thing will probably go for a couple $100. I did see there's none of these on eBay right now. Excuse me, that are the same style, but there are. They're not Budweiser. There are some other ones that sell for over $200 to $300 to $400. So, had I known that, probably would have just bought the rest of these that they had. I think they had 2 more different sizes. But it's sick, man. I didn't even realize that it's still got the tags and everything on it. So, and then I got these couple things here. As far as toys go, I love buying vintage toys and selling them. To me it's super fun. It kind of takes you back to your childhood and so forth. But you know, there are some things you can do really, really, really well with. I've seen there's a dude that we do follow on YouTube, Froggy Flips. He's really into buying vintage toys and like collectible stuff like that, and just again another reseller that's a wealth of knowledge for this genre of this industry. And I just don't have the knowledge, but so I was just picking things out that I thought were cool looking. Not so much. You'll see in the video, this guy had a large stripe from the movie Gremlins, and he said that they had used the same mold to mold that thing, and he wanted $300 for it. I almost bought it, but honestly, it would probably have been something I just keep. And I really don't have right now. We're kind of in the middle of moving some things around, so we're a little more organized. But anyway, I love doing vintage toys. It's so fun. I just wish I knew more about it and what was, more collectible than others, and what was more sought after and so forth. So I just see things that I think are cool and I buy them. I think I paid $60 for both of these pieces together. This is a Pennywise, the dancing clown, and it opens up. It's a figure, action figure, and it has like a couple of different masks. It's got a couple different pairs of hands, and he's got his crazy praying mantis hands on. But it's really cool. It's from the movie It. I don't know, I should have, this is something I need to get in the habit of doing, is kind of looking at the year on these, and I'm not seeing it here. Obviously it's battery operated, so it does something. I just don't know what the hell it does, because there's batteries and so forth, but I'm not seeing the date. Anyway, I just thought it was cool. Obviously it sold for $35 at wherever this guy got it. I'll do some more research on it. I think it sells for probably that on eBay. I wasn't looking to make, I know my limitations, and I just don't have the knowledge for this stuff. But I do know that a lot, stuff like this, like It and Chucky. So I got this guy. Now the taller one, the Chucky doll, the good guy's Chucky doll, goes for a couple $100. This one doesn't. And I'm trying to find a date here. 2004. So, it's 20 years old. But if you know the movies, I just thought it was cool. It's still in the package. And that guy had a bunch of Friday the 13th figures and so on and so forth that I thought were really cool. He had a couple of like Twisted Metal. I don't know if you gamers that maybe you used to play. I don't know if it ever came out. It was kind of an earlier PlayStation game. It's called Twisted Metal. You just drive around and you had like different vehicles that were I don't even remember the damn premise for the game. And it was really cool. You get like an ice cream truck and and you just smash into each other and try and kill each other and knock each other out of the game. But it was really cool. He had a figure, an action figure from Twisted Metal, and I didn't even really know that they had recognizable action figures from that video game, but apparently they do. He had a bunch of stuff, and I was going to buy more, but honestly, man, at the end of the day, I was just like, we got to get the hell out of here. There's a lot of people. Getting in was next to impossible. Just the streets are so narrow. There were so many cars on the side of the road. There was no parking. Well, I mean, there was, but for the amount of people that were there, it was hard to get in and out. Anyway, so we just kind of wanted to go. I was getting hungry. And we had Matilda, so we had to find a place to eat. And we did. One thing, as I'm sitting here looking at them, now this is going to be Candy's Grail. She saw these. Candy's so smart in this game, because I would have walked right past them. Now, we had these before, but they were smaller. These are Keens. And there's a pair of them, and apparently these pairs come together, and they're in very, very, very good shape. They're framed. And we sold these before, but they were like a set of 4. And they were, like I said, they were smaller. They were probably like, I don't know, 10 by 12s or something like that. These are taller. They're in glass frames. And we paid $150 for the pair. And there are some listed for $800. And I'll do some more comps on it, but I think they'll go for probably right around that. So we will do very well on these. So you're caught up, and I could run through some of the things that sold, but honestly, I kind of caught you up on the things that sold. I was just kind of going through here earlier this morning and checking that out. The cash register is the big thing that sold. That like I said, we paid $8 for it. It sold for $680. I delivered it 20 minutes away. Let's see, we had a U.S. Navy anti-exposure set of coveralls that sold for $52, and we paid $3.36 for those a long time ago. We've had those for quite a while. I'm so glad they sold. Candy already sold a pair of her Ray-Bans that she got at the flea market last weekend, which paid for probably everything else that she bought. The vintage Ray-Bans, the Wayfarers, sold for $70. She paid $5 for them. There's the cash register. Yeah, so our little teddy bear that we picked up in Lake Havasu for $5 sold for $25. Let's see. We go to the casino, I will say, a lot. We have a casino that's probably about 35-40 minutes from here. They give us, we get comps from them all the time. They give us free play and so on and so forth. But what they also give us is they give us a set of comped money, I guess, that you can buy things in their gift store with. And Candy and I combined ours, and she bought this Marc Jacobs new, so it's new with tag, Marc Jacobs tote bag. I think combined we paid like $600 for it, but it's free for us. It's not money out of our pocket. We could win or lose at the casino, and we still get that money. So we had enough to pay for this bag. We paid for it, and then it sold for $300. So we turned that money that the casino gave us, free money, into $300. So that's pretty good. Let's see here. One of my pipes sold that bought a while back, maybe a year and a half ago. We paid $9 for it. Sold for $50. A leather duffel bag that we bought in a garage sale a couple of years ago sold. That thing's been sitting in our death pile forever, and I've kind of slowly been pulling things out of that. I think we paid $5 for that. It says $1, but I think we paid $5 for that. Sold for $45. A pair of Quicksilver shorts sold, paid $7. They sold for $15. I mean, that doesn't sound like a lot, but it's doubling your money, and it's little effort to, here's again, with the vintage toys. This was something I got in an auction. I paid $9.33 for. It's a Vampirella Julie Stain action figure, Tower Records exclusive. That I took a best offer on that. That sold for $127, and we paid $9.33 for it. Let's see, some of the Polo Ralph Lauren stuff that we got in that big auction sold. We paid $7.70 for this shirt, and it sold for $61.99. Not too shabby. One of Candy's Coach bags. It's a Coach Disney collab, Mickey and Friends backpack. That sold for $460. I think she paid $389, we'll call it. Back in the day, she's had it for quite a while, just sitting in the closet. She did cleaned out her closet, so just getting rid of a lot of the stuff that we will never use. Let's see here, vintage Coors beer mirror, like a bar mirror. I paid $23 for that at a Habitat for Humanity place here in Fairfield, and that sold for $95. I bought a bunch of those mirrors, not a bunch, maybe 5 or 6 of them. So it was like $150. So that one sold, and then a couple of those have already sold. So we've well paid for it plus, and there's still some available. One of the polo hats sold. We paid $2.75 for it. Sold for $50. Pair of Oakley shorts, paid $6 for those. Sold for $13. So yeah, a lot of stuff is sold. I don't want to go through all of it. Another vintage toy, a vintage 1978 Tonka Chevron semi truck. I paid $50 for that on one of the auctions, and it sold for $115. Not too bad. I really thought this thing would sell in 2 days when I bought it. Got it for $5 at the Oakland flea market. And it just sold. We got that maybe a couple of years ago. So like I said, some of these things I don't know why. There's no rhyme or reason to it. Some of them sell right away, and some of them don't. But this is a track sweatshirt. Spit it out! Zip up sweatshirt. That's what I'm trying to say. It's a vintage rare Copa Men's Retro Holland World Cup zip up sweatshirt that sold for $70. We paid $5 for it, but we've been holding on to it for a little while. A vintage Y2K Coach Soho black leather sold. We paid $10 for it, and that sold for $150. A Mitchell and Ness I paid $50 for. I overpaid. It was new with tags. San Francisco Giants puffer vest sold for $88, so we made $35-40 on it. Pair of Nike Air Max 2 Up Tempos, we paid $12 for those, and those sold for $145. Another pair of Nike Huarache Runs, we paid $5.50. Those sold for $30. And then both the Levi trucker jackets that I got in that polo auction sold. This one sold for $65. We paid $9.90 for it. Trying to find where the other one sold. But anyway, I think I got you caught up enough. The Carhartt Cookies collab hat sold for $35. We paid $4.40 for that. Nike Air Max 90 OG Team Black sold for $75. We paid $10 for those. No, that may have caught you up with everything. I mean, it's pretty damn close. Now, here we bought, maybe a couple of years ago in an auction, we bought 2 pairs of Nikes that were they looked brand new. They didn't have the box. We bought a bunch of other Nikes, and they were kind of, but these 2 pair were in really good shape. One was a Chinese New Year's, so that sold right away. This pair we've been holding on to for about a year and a half. We paid $56 for these, and they sold for $200. These were the Nike Air Jordan 32 Rosso Corsa red and blacks. Those finally sold. I'm so happy to see those sold. I thought those would sell a lot faster. So anyway, I think I got you caught up here. Another Dixon there at the bottom sold. So yeah, it's been pretty good here for the last few months. We've had a few weeks in between here and there that have been kind of dead. But all in all, rolling right through. So with that, guys, again, we appreciate all the support and everybody that's buying stuff from us. Like and subscribe the page. Ring the bell. Share this with your friends. Tell your friends about us, man. And go to the store and check out what we got. You can catch us at JC Mercantile on eBay. You can catch us at JC Merc, MERC on Poshmark, and that's really all we cross list with, eBay and Poshmark. So check it out. Do all the particular things you need to do, and just give us a shout out to people and check out the store and buy something if you want. All of this stuff's gonna be listed here in the next few days. So again, guys, we appreciate the support. Love you all. Thanks, guys, and we'll see you in the next one.